episode 15 of Kitten Knittin. I am Heather, and you can find me on Twitter, Ravelry, and Instagram as @Kitten3000. Can't remember my own username.
And I am Chelsea. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry at GalKnitsYarn. You can also find me on Twitter as GallyAlvia. We do have a Twitter account for the podcast called Kitten Knittin on Twitter. We don't post on there very often, but it is present if you want to follow us there as well.
Yeah.
Most of what we do, we post on Instagram.
Yes. And we're pretty good about updating our Ravelry pages as far as what we've gotten finished. I'm not very good at posting my progress on stuff.
I do okay posting progress. I haven't posted progress on my most recent whip, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but I was posting...
Sorry, I'm turning on my air conditioner because it's hot. Even though it's freezing outside, it's really hot in this room, so yeah. I was turning on our air conditioner. Okay. I know, I was like, I'm never hot and I'm hot, so...
I was wearing a sweater and I had to shut it.
But it's like 40-something degrees and crazy windy outside, so...
Yeah.
But it's hot in this room. No airflow. Anyway, I'm sure that was really exciting for all you guys to hear about.
Oh, and the temperature and the wind today is insane. I think our gusts are like 50 miles an hour. So that's a little bit less than 100 kilometers an hour. So pretty darn fast.
Yeah, we just got back. Me and my husband went to our... to my in-laws, his parents' house that live in Arkansas, and they live about 4 hours away. We just got back a couple of hours ago. And driving home, it was crazy. I mean, it was literally blowing our car.
I wondered about that because it was like coming from the south wind, I think is what it is.
I think so.
And you were going east to west. So, yeah.
It was crazy. So it's good to be home now.
I bet.
But we hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. We did.
Yeah.
We both did.
Yeah.
Had some time off work, so that was nice. And it's been about a month since we've podcast last. Yeah. So
we got together to podcast once, and I was like not feeling it, so we didn't do it.
So we didn't. We just hung out and knit instead.
Yep.
So, and we're both having eye issues, so we're both wearing our glasses today, which we normally wear glasses anyway.
You guys get the shine today.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but I'm having super bad eye allergies, and I always wear my glasses. I pretty much only wear my contacts to record, and I was like, I just can't do it today.
And I typically don't wear any contacts or glasses whenever we record, and my eyes were not adjusting out of my glasses today. So I said, well, if you're wearing yours, I'm going to wear mine.
Yep. So anyway, we don't have a lot as in FOs. I'll go ahead and show you what I do have, which was practically finished the last time, but it's my A Girl's Best Friend. It's officially completed and blocked and all that good stuff. So... like I said, it was practically done last time. I think I just had to do the bind off last time. But yeah, I haven't worn it yet, but I really like it. It's really nice. So
yeah,
it's not as big as what's in the pictures. So I don't know. I didn't gauge. I don't usually gauge for, now I gauge for things, but I don't ever gauge for shawls because I don't really care. If they're a little off or not.
No.
So it might be I was just at a different gauge, or maybe I didn't block it as aggressively. I don't know, but I'm fine with it. So I'm glad it's done and it's pretty. And I cleared out a shelf in my closet for, I have these little built-in cubbies in my closet, and I cleared out one of them just to put all of my hand knit shawls. Nice. And so it's all really nice because they're all folded up and stacked in there, and it looks so pretty, so it makes me happy.
Mine are like
in there.
Folded and shoved into my yarn drawers.
Well, that's kind of how it was before. I just kind of had them wherever, and I did a big closet clean out. And I was like, I'm going to clean out one of these cubbies to put my knit stuff in. So, yeah. So
our closet is an Australian closet in our bedroom, but it has no doors on either side of it. Kind of a long story, but we live in converted grain silos. Mm-hmm. And so with the way it's built, we don't actually have any doors to our closet, which means that the cats can come and go as they please. And I have 2 cats that get into yarn. Yeah. So I keep all of my hand knits, either in a wardrobe closet or downstairs in my craft room. I just keep them with my yarn. And so, but that's why I have no real place for my hand knits. I got to figure something out.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You could get those. Do you have shelves in your closet?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say you could get those, like, just those fabric cubes, but if you don't have a shelf to put them on, the cats would still get in there.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's it for FOs. Mine's not, I don't even really count mine. I counted it as an FO last time.
So Kitten also has another FO.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember us talking last time, I made the comment, thank you. I made the comment about needing a new bag for my hand knits. And Kitten made me one.
Yeah. Turned out pretty cute. She already had this fabric that she gave me, and then I had this to pair with it.
Yeah.
So I took measurements of one she already had that she liked the size of. And, but yeah, I think it turned out really cute.
It did. So after we podcast last time, I wanted to start baubles. And I did start baubles while we were sitting there, and I didn't like, I had hand dyed that yarn, but the way it was knitting up, I didn't like the pairing of the yarn knit up the way it said to. So I'm back to the drawing board. I'm going to dye up some different yarn for that. Or at least one of the colorways will be different. Excuse me. My hot chocolate isn't liking me.
Oh, I thought you were drinking coffee.
Nope, hot chocolate today. But since that didn't work out, I turned around and cast on the Girl's Best Friend. I also dyed this yarn as well. This was when I was in my bright colors phase, which I don't know if you can tell, my hair is no longer vivid.
Natural.
It's natural now. So I'm kind of backing away from my really colorful, fun stuff, which I do like, but I'm becoming a little bit more, I don't want to call it sedate in my color choices, but
You becoming more kitten-like in your color?
I'm becoming more kitten-like in my color choices, so...
It just might be the season, too. Maybe when summer and spring come around, you might go back to bright colors.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe you did so much bright, you just needed something a little different.
That could be it, too. But this is bright because this is... I had already dyed up the yarn for this, and I'm liking what I've dyed up here. It'll be nice to have, a little bit of contrast with my matchy hair and everything like that. So,
yeah,
to have a little bit of bright still is nice. But
it's looking really good.
I am in, what is this? The second section.
Yeah.
Up here is the second section still.
It's the big
one. So I worked pretty exclusively on this for a long time, for the first couple of weeks, and got to this point and know that I've got this big section coming up, and was just kind of ready to, I don't want to say take a break from it, but was kind of ready to cast on something different and work a little bit on something different, since I was working so monogamously on this guy. But I was feeling in the mood to start on him again this morning. I didn't, but I think it's about time to pick him back up.
Yeah.
But so that's housed in Kitten's bag.
Let's see. I'll talk about this one next, because I talked about it last time. I am working on Nurtured still by Andrea Mowry, and I can't remember if I already had a sleeve done last time or what. But anyway, now I have 2 sleeves, and then I started on, it's all tangled up, I started on the band, or the body. All I have at this point is the ribbing, and then I think I've worked like 3 rows of the pattern, and that's it. I did decide to go down a size. I was doing the 3rd size, which I think it goes 36, 40, and 44, and I was doing a 44, because my best measurement is 36. And I kept going back and forth between 40 and 44. I didn't know. So I chose 44. That's what I cast on for the sleeves. And then I just got worried it was going to be way too big. Way too big. And so I'm doing the body as the 40, which will give me 4 inches of positive ease instead of 8 inches of positive ease. So I had to do a little masks because my sleeve is a different size. The sleeves fit. They're going to be fine. But I had to do a little bit of masks to keep everything
lined up.
Yeah, because I kind of had to highlight which were going to be sleeve counts and then what my overall stitch count needs to be in certain places and things like that. It wasn't that difficult, and I like math, so it wasn't a big deal. So hopefully I figured everything correct. I like math, but I don't know if I'm good at it or not. But I think it'll be fine. It didn't seem that hard to figure it out. So we'll see. But yeah, that's what I've got so far. 2 sleeves and a body. I would think the body would go pretty quick because you're not even knitting a full... What? Did I say something funny?
Yeah, well, only because I've been having this not nice thought of late. And I'll share it whenever you get to your Featherweight cardigan.
Oh, okay.
I'll share it when you get to your Featherweight cardigan. It's not again like...
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought I said something dumb. I was like, did I just say something that didn't make sense?
No, I'll just go ahead and say it because everybody's going to be wondering what the hell I'm thinking over here. So, you are so fortunate because you are tiny. Things go really quickly.
Oh, well.
Things go really quickly. And
I guess it's all relative,
She's working on another cardigan.
Mm-hmm.
That she is almost done with.
Yeah.
That she started after we podcasted.
Right after, yeah.
So a month and she's done with a cardigan. And I see a lot of knitters that are small that do finish these sweaters very quickly. And, obviously my long weekend cardigan took me 2 years. It was huge, obviously.
Right.
So you can't really compare that. My other cardigan took me 2 months to make. Mm-hmm. But I'm a big girl. And so to me, it's like, yeah, I don't think it would take you a lot of time to do, but I have to do like twice the knitting that you do.
That's true. It's all relative. I mean, I should say that might not take as long as if I was doing a full length cardigan for myself because there's not as long to knit. I don't know. But yeah.
But that's why I was sitting here laughing because here the last couple of days, you were shooting me pictures of, go ahead and show them your Featherweight cardigan.
Oh, okay.
Because
I kind of did this on a whim. I just had the yarn and I had this on my favorites for a while and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So it's the Featherweight cardigan by Hannah Fettig. Fettig? I think that's how you say it. Let me get it all entangled here. So here it is. That's the front. I'll show you the back. So I've got about an elbow length of sleeve on one. And then after that, I'll do this sleeve and then you pick up stitches all around and you do a band.
Yeah.
So I'll do that last. But it's going pretty decent. I'm hoping to have it done by the next time we podcast.
I imagine with how quickly you whip that out.
And then it has like the rib at the bottom, and it'll have the rib at the cuffs too.
This was the yarn that you were going to use
for hollows.
For hollows.
Yeah. And I've had this since DFW Fiberfest. It's Cannon hand dyes in their, I think it's Naked Robert or Naked Bruce. I can't remember. One's their undyed regular and one's their undyed tweed, and this is tweed, of course. Can't remember if it's Bruce or Robert. But so it's funny, it never really occurred to me, but in the pattern, it actually calls for lace weight. And I have some lace weight, but I just haven't wanted to work with lace weight. And then I was looking at the project pages, and a lot of people used fingering. And then I saw, in not fine print, but in somewhere I had not looked before, they were like lace weight or fingering. And you don't have to change your measure, the yardage or anything. Yeah, you just do. And I was like, oh, well, I have enough of the tweed to do this. And also, another funny thing is I have been looking everywhere for this kind of dirty white colored cardigan that I can just put on over a t-shirt or whatever. I've looked at stores. I've looked at thrift stores because I do like to go to thrift stores to get clothes. And I've looked online and I haven't found what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm being that picky, but maybe I am. And then I was like, I can just knit one. So that's what I'm doing. And I was real afraid that it wasn't going to fit because it looked like it would fit a child. And I am knitting the smallest size because I want I want negative ease on it. But as it's like, now that the sleeves are on and I've tried it on several times, it's kind of stretched it out. And then I think it'll grow once I block it too. And it fits fine. So, yay.
That's going to be really pretty.
I'm excited for it. And it's so easy because it's all stockinette.
Yeah.
And so it kind of will replace sock knitting for me, except I'm not doing it in the round, so I have to do purls. But it's still really fast and really thoughtless. Mm-hmm. So especially the body that I'm on now, like it's top down. So I did have to do increases and decreases, but then after you separate for the sleeves, doing the body and doing the sleeves, you're just stockinette the whole time. So it's kind of, I haven't been working on socks at all because this has been my mindless knit. Took this to my in-laws and worked on it last night. And it's like my TV watching knit and stuff like that.
You guys, Kitten is garment knitting.
I'm really excited too because I feel like this is the first time where I felt like I could do, like I was like, I'm doing it.
You had
like,
the confidence.
Yeah, like I am happy with my yarn choice. I'm happy with the fit. I haven't run into any problems. I was a little nervous about picking up stitches at the underarm. But there's always those holes that you kind of have to stitch up at the underarm. But I did a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, you did.
So yeah, it's been easy. So it's kind of boosted my confidence a little bit. And this plus nurtured hasn't been difficult yet. But all I've been doing is the really easy parts. I haven't gotten to the yoke or the short rows or anything. And
sure,
that's what you do last. But maybe I'll feel more confident by the time
we get there. Yeah.
After finishing this.
Yeah, for sure.
So I've been just working on this like crazy. Like just, this is all I've been knitting on.
Yep.
That's why I've gotten it done pretty quick. So, but yeah, those are my only whips. But they're good ones.
They are good ones. Somewhere behind me I have, yep, here it is.
Speaking of nurtured,
I am also doing nurtured because I really want to wear this over my summer dresses. So I've cast on. I am using some yarn that I had in my stash. It is the Cloudborne yarns. And at the Atlantic Seaway or something like that. I don't remember what it is. Sorry, guys. But I got it off of Craftsy back when I first started knitting. And this was initially going to be for the no purl sweater until I decided to use different yarn, which we all know that was a big bomb.
Aww.
Big bomb. But I'm liking the way this is knitting up.
I do too.
You know, it looks really nice. And we're slowly getting the sleeve. Yeah. So that's as far as I've gotten.
I love those pops of blue.
Yeah, me too. Because the last couple of weeks I haven't done a whole heck of a lot of knitting. So most of this was done about a week or so ago. And I kind of was just running through it really quickly. And then I put my knitting aside and that was kind of it. So I did some knitting on this.
Oh, and I have to thank, speaking of nurtured, I need to thank my friend April. She has much more experience than me in knitting sweaters, and I saw her post on Instagram that she was knitting the nurtured, and she's been very sweet in answering my questions on Instagram about nurtured, because there were a couple of things that were concerning to me, and so I messaged her, and I was like, is this happening? Is this right? And she's been so nice and helpful, and I just got a message from her today that she finished it. So she gave me a couple little, she gave me some things to, about the seams and things like that were helpful. So thank you, April. I appreciate your help. Instagram Instagram knitting friends are awesome.
Yep. So last thing, I have been working on my sock. I'm on the heel turn right now, or not heel turn, but the heel flap right now, which I'm not going to be able to show you, but I don't know if you can see I got a little bit off here and there.
Yeah, but you can't even tell.
Friends don't let friends knit
drunk.
So I was getting to the end of rows.
I would knit half the time if that were the case.
I know. So I was getting to the ends of rows and realizing I've gotten off somewhere. Oh, well, we'll just knit this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not worked on my socks at all. And that bums me out because I really wanted to have them done by Thanksgiving.
It's after Thanksgiving.
Which is, today's the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and I haven't finished
Well,
one
you know what?
yet.
So that's a good thing, though, because you didn't buy the Christmas yarn.
I know.
And so now you don't have that pressure
yeah,
on you for not having the Christmas yarn.
I really wanted to buy Christmas yarn for socks, but I only have one set of sock needles, and yeah, anyway.
She's done that intentionally.
And I've been this close to buying more because I want to knit shorty socks so bad, but I only have one set of sock needles, so.
You could be like standing by the lakeside and have like all the different socks going on.
I know. I see. That's what I don't want to be. I really don't want to have a bunch of half-finished socks. So, but I really want to do, this was going to be in my queue, but I'll just go ahead and say it. I want to do the Rose City Rollers shorties by Mara Catherine Beyer. It's a really popular pattern, but they don't have a ribbed cuff. They have it rolls down, like rolls. But they're shorties, and I have so much fingering weight yarn leftovers that from hats and mitts and other pairs of socks that it would be perfect for shorties. But we'll see. Are you cold now?
I'm not cold, but I'm getting comfortable.
I wonder. Our husbands are in the other room doing their own podcast, and I'm like, I wonder if they're cold. I don't even know where I put my phone. So I was going to turn the...
This is not a hand knit sweater. This is a machine knit by somebody else sweater.
All right, I'll turn it down. But anyway. Is that all your...
That's all
whips?
All of my whips. I'm in the middle of a bunch of things right now, so...
yeah.
I didn't work at all on Shisui, so I didn't even bring it. It's kind of not in time out per se, but the rows just take so long, and I'm seeing such little progress on it. I'm a little discouraged with that one. So it's been put to the side.
Just needed to take a break.
I needed to take a break from it, and I was seeing progress on A Girl's Best Friend, and I'm really wanting to get Nurtured done, so.
Yeah. I want to get, I really want to get Featherweight done, and which I don't think I'll actually wear too much in the winter because it's not a heavy.
No, it's more of a springy.
But it is light enough where I could still wear a coat over it and it won't feel bulky or anything.
No, that'll be nice.
But the yarn I'm using for Nurtured, I feel like would be uncomfortable in it with a coat on over it because it's going to be bigger.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I want to get them both done.
Because you're using that Patton's, right? Yeah.
And it's kind of
bulky.
Stiff. Kind of stiff.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe that.
Yeah.
We do have some fun. We both have some acquisitions.
We do.
I will start with this one. So you have one of these too.
Yes.
I don't remember. A couple weeks ago, I guess, Lambstrings yarn did a restock, and I was like, I want some Lambstrings yarn. I've gotten it before, but I love her yarn. So, and then I texted Gal, and I was like, I just bought this yarn, and she's like, oh,
I just bought this yarn.
I just bought this one. So, I got the Relax It's Just Magic colorway, and it's beautiful, kind of black and blues and purples and some kind of pink down there. It's a line from the movie The Craft, which I love The Craft. So that's kind of why I got it. But I love it. It's her Tralala sock. It's 75 merino and 25% nylon. Have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but I just like having it. It's so pretty.
And I've already caked mine up, but I got Mermania.
I love it.
Which is like some greens and some not really, yeah, there's some blue in there.
Some kind of
purple.
teals.
Yeah, some teal. Some purple, a little bit of yellow, some pink. I mean, there's just all sorts of colors in there. But
it's really pretty.
It is very pretty. And I've had my eye on this for quite some time. And so whenever it came back in stock, when she had her sale here a few weeks ago, I bought it. And this is also on her Tralala sock base, which I don't know if you remember. My first socks are also done, the colorways are also done by Lambstrings yarn, in her Tralala sock base. So
my sock head hat was in her leaky cauldron.
Yep.
She's got great
We
yarn.
kind of like her stuff. But yeah, so this is going to end up being, I guess this is kind of my cue, the
Crosshatch hat.
Crosshatch hat by RizzaKnits. So that's what I'm going to make this into.
For some reason, I thought you had cast that on already, but I guess you just caked the yarn.
I just caked the yarn and had intended to cast it on and just haven't cast it on. I think part of it had to do with the size needles I needed. I didn't think I had available to me. I think maybe because, so I also have the Harlow hat by Andrea Knits. Oh my gosh. Andrea Mowry, thank you. I also have that one cast on. It's in timeout. It's officially in timeout. Because,
now, why is it in timeout?
Because, so I had gauged it, but when I gauged it, I must have done it wrong, because I was gauging flat and it's, in the round and it's brioche and something was just wrong with my gauge. And so I ended up going down like 2 or 3 needle sizes. And whenever I have an inch done on this sucker and you go to put it on your head and it's like a little kid's hat. It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, what do I do with this? I don't really want to rip it all out, but I think I'm going to have to rip it all out. So, but the needles that are on that, I think is what I need for this. I think. I don't know. I don't even know what I have anymore. So here a while back, I made a needle holder for all of my needles, and I don't use it for my chalgoos. I use the case that the chalgoo needles come in for my chalgoos, but I do use it for my Knit Picks needles. But I didn't do a very good job of enclosing everything in there, and so my needles just continue to fall out, and I think I've lost some needles actually.
No.
Some of my shorties. So I'm going to have to go back through this winter and put all of the needles back in their Knit Picks cases, because I can't handle not knowing where my needles are and what my needles are. And so, but that's why I'm like, I don't even know what I've got anymore because they're all disappeared.
Aww.
So, oh well.
You gonna get a different case? Are you gonna make a different case?
I'm not going to make a different case. Sewing's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I might buy one at some point in time. But the Knit Picks one is fine because it's got the sizes and everything on it, and it's just easy go-to. So. And I don't typically use my Knit Picks needles anymore because I'm more of a metal user, and my Knit Picks needles are all wood. So, yeah.
Yep. The next thing I have is actually a book, and after I was doing the Featherweight, I started looking at Hannah Fettig's patterns, and I fell in love with the I can't ever remember if it's the West End or it's the West End cardigan, and I fell in love with it. And it's you can't buy the pattern by itself. You can either buy the PDF book or you can buy the physical book to get the pattern. And so I just bought the physical book. It's a little damaged right here, but that's okay. But that's the cardigan right there. It's got cabling and stuff. But anyway, it's from her book Texture. And she's got 3 books, and I kind of want them all. This is a beautiful book. Like, the pages are like buttery. They feel so good, like the cover does. And the reason why it's damaged is because I actually got it used. But it has some great patterns in here. Some really pretty sweaters, some towels, like has these 2 towels. But yeah, I love the book, and I decided I really, really, really like her designs. But the main reason I bought it is for the Weston cardigan, which,
What is this boatyard pullover?
it's a unisex. Yeah.
Can I borrow it for a second?
Yeah.
So here is a unisex, the boatyard pullover.
Mm-hmm.
My husband has been wanting me to make him a sweater.
Oh, nice.
And I really like that.
Yeah.
So I might have to get that magazine too.
But anyway,
Or book.
It's just lovely, and I really like it. And I think my birthday is Christmas Eve, and so I've been thinking about what I would like my husband to get me for Christmas, or for my birthday. And at first I was wanting the knitter's backpack, so thought I might ask him to get me one of those. But now I'm kind of, and he'll get whatever I ask for, but I'm kind of thinking I might get a sweater's quantity worth of yarn maybe for that cardigan. But I haven't made up my mind yet, because there's another cardigan I'm thinking of too. So, but anyway, this book is lovely, and I want her other ones, and I'm really happy that I got it. So yeah, that's my other thing.
So my only other purchase, and actually this wasn't a purchase, this was a gift to me from my mother. This is hand-dyed yarn and fleece from the Woolly Cabin, in the colorway Patchwork Quilt. So it's like a rainbow on, what is this called again? When it's modeled like this?
I don't know.
There's a word for this. Help remind me. There's a word for this, but I don't remember what it's called. But it's in the fingering weight. It is 40% merino, 40% Peruvian fine Highland wool, and 20% nylon, 440 yards. So it's just got this pretty rainbow of color in it, which
really
I love. I love rainbowy kind of things. So I was really glad when my mom showed me this and said, here, it's for you.
That's nice. That's pretty.
So, yeah. Yeah, so she went on a trip here a while back and found it at the local yarn shop to where she was. And so she always thinks of me like that.
Oh, that's sweet. Mamas are nice.
Moms are nice.
Okay, I've got two more. Me and my husband went to Dallas a couple weekends ago to see a show, and we spent the night. And then the next day we kind of took a detour. It's about 35 minutes outside of Dallas to McKinney, Texas. And I fell in love with McKinney, Texas. It's the most adorable town. We were in like the downtown area, and it's historic. So it's all the old buildings, and the courthouse is right in the center. And it looks like a town from like a Hallmark movie. It's so cute. I loved it. But we ate lunch, and we looked at a couple of the shops, and they had, the reason we went there is because they had a yarn store. And I kind of scoped out online stores in the area. And actually, I didn't see a lot in Dallas proper that I thought were gonna have anything that my stores around here did not. But I went to the DFW Yarn Crawl website and looked at the stores that were on their crawl list, and that's how I found this one. And it's called McKinney Knittery, and it was the most wonderful store ever. I loved it so much. The sales associate in there, her name was Ariel, and she was a pleasure. She was so sweet and so nice and just the friendliest. And we talked and talked and talked, and they had wonderful, wonderful yarn. And I could have bought so much, but I got two. And the first one I got is from Magpie, and it's the Swanky DK. It's 80% marine superwash, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And it's in the color Selkie. And it is kind of a grayish brown. It kind of almost looks like it's purple on there, but it's not purple. I love, love, love this. And I plan on making the East End arm warmers. So I want to make the West End cardigan and the East End arm warmers.
She's just all over the
I
map.
know. And the arm warmers are by Elizabeth Smith. And what's funny is the cardigan I showed you had cables down the front. These have cables on the cuffs. So, yeah. Sorry, I dropped one. Okay. So anyway, I'm really happy to find this. The yarn for the pattern, the yarn that they showed had cashmere in it because it has a good drape. So I was really happy to find some DK that had the cashmere in. Kind of does look, I don't know, it's a funny color, but I really like it. I guess it kind of does look purple sometimes.
Depends on the light.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty neutral purple if
Yeah,
it is purple.
It is. So got that. And then the next one I picked out is from Yarn Carnival, which is a Texas dyer. And this is their Yak Attack, and it's 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. And it's fingering, and it's in the color Victorian velvet. And it's beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. And I have no plans for this as of yet either. But I fell in love with the color, and then when it was called Victorian velvet, I was like, well, I gotta get it.
She's a little bit of a gothic girl.
Yeah, just a little bit. But their store was so nice. They had a whole wall of Madeline Tosh. They had a whole wall of hedgehog fibers. They had a bunch of Yoth. They were going to get a bunch of Brooklyn tweed in. They didn't have it at that time. They had a lot of the Magpie fibers, which was, all of their yarn was just gorgeous. I almost got another skein of Magpie instead of the Yarn Carnival. And then they had the knitter's backpacks there in like every color that is available. Yeah, they just had stuff that you don't find, that I see on Instagram that I don't ever find in the stores in Oklahoma. So it was a lovely store in a lovely little town, and we ate lunch, and it was fun. I want to go back and buy more yarn. I could have bought more. I was trying to be good. But I'm really happy with those that I got. So just waiting for the perfect project. And that's it. That's all I have. And I talked about both of the things in my queue too. The arm warmers and I want to do shorty socks real bad, and the cardigan. But I don't know when I'll probably get to the arm warmers sooner than later, because I did I buy the pattern? I don't remember if I bought the pattern yet. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. But I have the yarn for that, and I don't, I have to finish my socks before I do shorties. Yeah. So.
And the only thing I had in my queue is that crosshatch hat. I'm sure there's other things in my queue, but not that's just immediate coming up. I need to re-dye yarn for baubles, and honestly, I don't know if I would cast baubles on while I've got a girl's best friend going on or not. I couldn't unless I bought more size 4 needles, because I've got 2 sets of size 4 needles. Well, not including my wood needles. I've got 2 sets of size 4 needles in my Chagoos because I bought an extra set.
Oh, okay.
Because it's on my Shisui Shrug and a girl's best friend. So I would need a 3rd set of size 4s for baubles, but who knows?
Do you want to do 2 shawls though? 2 big shawls?
I don't know. No, but
that
yes.
both have baubles?
No, but yes.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do it, but at the same time, as long as I'm happy working on one, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I really want to get both of my sweaters done, and I want to get my socks done. That's what my immediate attention is going to be on.
I really want to get Nurtured done. I have a feeling I'm going to stagnate in Nurtured though, just because it's so repetitious. That's not a bad thing, but it's not simple enough for it to be sock knitting. But it's not complicated enough to get my mind off of whatever's bothering me, because I tend to knit when I tend to knit all the time, but I tend to knit more complicated things when I'm trying to zen out.
Sure.
And Nurture just doesn't give me my zen. which is probably why I was in the mood to do A Girl's Best Friend this morning, was because my anxiety's kind of been plaguing me the last couple of days. And I just kind of woke up this morning wanting to work on A Girl's Best Friend. I worked on Nurtured, just because I want to get it done, but I think that's why I'm kind of leaning back towards A Girl's Best Friend is that complicated pattern. So
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm still worried about Nurtured, about the fit. Like, I know it will physically fit on my body, but I mean, if I'm gonna like it or not. And I don't just mean the size that I picked, I also just mean the style of it.
Yeah.
I'm still
the crop.
Yeah. And I mean, you can make it longer if you want, but the thing is, since
you gotta do the math.
Well, since it's bottom up, you can't try it on as you go, so you need to know beforehand how long you want to make it. So I think what I'm going to do is what I kind of did. I didn't talk about it before, but when I decided to change the size on the body, I tried on a couple sweaters that I have and faux cropped them. And then the one that I liked best, I measured the bust on. And so that's why I ended up going down a size. So I guess I could do the same thing with the length. Faux crop a sweater that I already have, pin it, and then see the length that I like best, and wear it like with a tunic underneath, like I would the Nurtured. So I think that's probably what I'll do. Because worst case scenario, if I don't like the crop, I just make it a regular length sweater, because I think I'll have enough yarn, because I bought for the bigger size.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a little bit extra anyway, since I went down a size. So I think it'll be fine. I still need to, I get real nervous about fit. Like, I never am sure I've made the right size. I think the Featherweight's going to be good though, so that makes me feel good. And if Nurtured ends up being good, as far as the sizing, if I did the right size, that'll make me feel better too. And then, cause I'm so relieved that I'm finally knitting a garment that seems like it's going to be good. Yeah. That makes me really happy. Yeah. Boost my confidence.
Yay!
But is there anything else?
I think we covered it all.
A little bit of a short one this time.
Yeah.
We just didn't have as much going on as usual, so I'd like to say that I'm probably going to get a lot of knitting done in the next few weeks, but December is a very, very busy month for me and my family. We have, of course, Christmas, and my birthday and my brother's birthday is the 17th. And we also will be going to Arkansas for Christmas as well. And we have a Friendsgiving we're going to in Texas. So I don't know how much knitting I'll actually get done. I'd like to think I'll get a good amount, but...
You'll have to have Nick do the driving while you travel everywhere and you do the knitting.
I get motion sickness, and I know you do too.
I don't seem to have that problem when I knit.
Okay, because I can't look at my phone or anything while I'm in the car.
I can't look at patterns whenever I'm knitting, so it has to be something like socks or something like that.
Where you can look out.
Where I can look out, or something, or even if I'm just looking at my knitting, it's fine. It's the words and having to move across. Yeah. That's when I start... When I do this with my head kind of deal, I get motion sick. Now, if I can look up every so often, like you said, I'm fine. And it may just be that I have to kind of put my knitting down for a couple of minutes and then I can kind of go back to it. But as long as we're on interstate, I'm fine.
Where you're just going.
If we're city driving or highway driving, I can't do it. But interstate is fine. So
I should have tried it today because I drove to Arkansas yesterday, and he drove back because I was very sleepy. So he drove today, so I should have tried it, but my knitting was in the pack.
Oh, well.
And
there's other opportunities.
So, yeah.
So we've got next weekend coming up.
It's true.
We got other opportunities. So.
But hopefully we'll podcast again in a couple weeks. It won't be as long in between this time, next time, whatever.
Hopefully. We'll have to sit down.
We'll see.
We'll sit down after this episode and we'll look at schedules.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, like I said, I hope you all had a nice holiday. What?
I'm thinking about doing Vlogmas this year.
Oh, nice.
Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see for Vlogmas, what interests you during Vlogmas.
I love Vlogmas. I love watching those videos.
Don't know that I'll be able to post every day, but I would like to say I could at least do every other day, if not every day, or pretty consistently, regardless.
Yeah.
So let me know in the down bar. Not down bar, because we post in the down bar. Let me know in the comments below what interests you during Vlogmas, and I'll take that into consideration. So be looking on this channel for Vlogmas videos, because I'll post them on this channel.
I don't plan on doing Vlogmas, but who knows? You might see me in some of hers, because we do spend some time together every now and again.
Probably. It'll be fun for because it'll start next weekend. It'll start next weekend. So, and I've got...
The first is Saturday. The
first is Saturday. I get to go to a Lindsay Sterling concert.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Second is Friendsgiving. So we're going down to Texas for that. So we get to see a bunch of podcast friends. And yeah, it'll be a fun month.
That'll be a fun weekend if you do it too. Yeah.
It'll be a little bit more difficult to video edit and post. I'll have to talk to Caleb and see how to do that. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So, yay!
Anyway, that sounds like fun. I didn't know that. So I'm excited for that too.
Yay! So anyway, don't forget to follow us. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Share us with your friends, because we love the knitting community and would love to have, we'd love to have more of you around to share in the knitting joy. Again, if you have any questions, comments, leave them below. We love to respond to those. And, you know, happy knitting, everybody.
Happy knitting. Bye.
Bye.